Right, buddy, this is the previews. Manchester United versus Nottingham Forest. We're back in Premier League action. Ruben Amorim's Reds return after a lengthy international break. We've got players returning: Luke Shaw, Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire. Mason Mount's been back in training. We've had players like Xerxes, Garnacho have a rest and not being called up to international duty. It has been a pretty good international break for Manchester United, and we return with a tough game at Nottingham Forest. Now, Nottingham Forest obviously are a team in great form. This is one of their best seasons. They've had some very good results, obviously beating United already. They beat Man City a couple of weeks ago. Now, they are a very, very good side. Obviously, yesterday played 120 minutes against Brighton in the FA Cup, so they will probably be knackered going into this game. But we know what Nottingham Forest are like. They have some very, very good players. Alanga, Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs-White. I mean, all round, Ola Aina. The defence is very, very good. Keeper, most clean sheets. They are a team who are very, very well gelled, and they're a team that you know exactly what they're doing. They have very good midfield, a very, very good attack, and I think it's going to be very difficult for Manchester United to combat and to cope with them. But I think you look at Manchester United, we beaten Real Sociedad to go through against Lyon. We got a draw versus Arsenal, convincing win against Leicester 3-0. We are a team in some decent form ourselves. As I said, players returning, which is always good, gives opportunities for players to take a rest, and also just gives Amorim more options. Now, Forest, as I said, only lost 7 games this season. Their home form's pretty great. As I said, beating Liverpool at Anfield. Got some very, very good results this season, and yeah, they have a chance to win the FA Cup, Champions League qualification. It's been a top season for them so far, and I remember when we played them, we made a few mistakes. I think it was Onana who parried that Gibbs-White shot or something that went into the goal. They are a very, very good team, and they like possession football. They have the threat of Alanga and Hudson-Odoi running down the wings. Gibbs-White, who just relentlessly runs around. Obviously, they are without Chris Wood. But again, they have Aroni, who's a very, very physical presence. So it isn't going to be easy. But again, I hope that Manchester United can get the job done. And I think the fact that we've had more rest does give us the upper hand. But their form is great, to be fair. And let's get into the team now. Obviously, Onana will be in goal. Yeah, it's going to be Onana in goal. Binder's return, but he isn't going to start. Now, in terms of the back 5, or the back 3 rather, it's going to be Dorgu and Delo definitely as the wing backs. I think Dorgu returning is huge for United after the 3-match ban is absolutely key. His quality, and also just someone who's left-footed down that side. Now, in terms of the back 3, you have Maguire, who's obviously been taking part in training. You have Delit, Yoro, Mazraoui, and maybe Luke Shaw if you want to consider him. Now, I don't think Luke Shaw will start this game. I don't think Luke Shaw will actually start a game in the next couple, to be fair. You could see him potentially come on and get some minutes, depending on how it goes. But again, a player like Luke Shaw, you just don't know how long he's going to stay fit until he gets injured. So he's not a player you can rely on. But definitely, I'd go with Delit, Yoro and Mazraoui as the back 3. And obviously, Delo right wing back. Into midfield, Bruno and Ugarte. Obviously, Ugarte was on international duty with Uruguay, but I think he did get back on Thursday. So he will have had 4 or 5 days to prepare anyway for this game. So his energy and legs are needed in midfield. He's just a steady player. You know what you're going to get. And with Forest, they have a very powerful midfield. So you're going to need his quality in this. Next to him, obviously, Bruno. Bruno's going to do Bruno things. He's going to play every game. International duty in Premier League games, Europa League games. We know Bruno's going to be there. And I think he will operate as that number 6 again. Because Ericsson, we don't know what we're going to get from him. And we don't trust him anyway. Now, in the 2 inside 10s, you could see Mason Mount return. He's had 2 weeks off training with the team, or training by himself and training at Carrington, which is always good. I think with Mason Mount, he's a very, very good player, and Amorim likes him a lot. It's just about seeing how fit he is for this game, but I'm sure he will get some minutes here and there. He was on the bench for the game against Leicester. He's had more time to train and prepare, so he will be in the team for this one. I don't know if it starts, so I think it probably will be Garnacho and Xerxes. I think obviously they're 2 players who've had the international break off, so they've had time as well to rest and recuperate. 2 players who are starting to hit form. Obviously, Garnacho scored to end the drought against Leicester, and obviously Xerxes has been doing his thing, and hopefully he can just improve on that and just look better than he has, improving week upon week. And obviously Garnacho as well, and then through the middle, Rasmus Højlund. Now, he scored a goal obviously against Portugal, had a decent second leg against them as well. And we know that the player there in Rasmus, he scored the goal against Leicester. Let's hope he can pick up that momentum and continue to develop in this game. And then, yeah, that would be my team. But listen, it's going to be a very, very difficult game. As I said, Forest are a well-rounded team. They will probably be knackered. But again, games after the international break tend to be a bit slow, a bit sluggish. They're going to be off the high, so they're probably going to be momentum there. But listen, as I said, United have had some good momentum. winning to get into the next stage of Europa League, the Premier League games. We just want to see how far we can get in the table, and that ultimately should be the priority. You don't want to lose any games. But again, it's a very, very tricky game, a tricky encounter for Manchester United. So let's see what happens. It's Tuesday night. It's a weird Premier League fixtures, but again, we have a tough run of fixtures after that. We have Forest, City, Lyon, Newcastle, Lyon. Like some very, very, very tough games coming up in there. And listen, as much as I would love to win every league game, just as long as we win the Europa League games, I'll be happy, because that's the only hope we have of making the sixth season, or just get something positive out of this season anyway. But listen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This has been a preview. Again, it's going to be a very, very difficult game. The team, it's good to have players returning from injury. It's always good to have options. Obviously, Yoro being back is huge. Maguire as well. But don't know how fit they are to start this game. But again, it's always positive. Now we must look out for Nottingham Forest's threats. As I said, Ole Einer's had a great season. Nico Williams, they're very solid defensively. They're a threat from set pieces. I think United will score, and I think we'll actually win this game. I don't know why. I think I could go either way, but I just have some sort of thought that I think United can win this game. So I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester United. I think we will get the job done. I think having players back from injury, as I said, always helps. Amarim's had more time to train, and we were hitting some momentum before the international break. It's probably come at the worst possible time for Manchester United, but I'm happy that we're back. And yeah, let's see if Manchester United can get the win. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below.